everyone, and welcome back to Amity Blue. My name is Nazi, and today I'm going to be showing you a journaling process video of how I'm going to be completing the first 2 pages of the traveling junk journal. I get a lot of questions on how to journal in a junk journal style format, and to show you kind of how I will start decorating my my pages. I have a couple of stuff already laid out for me. This is a container that I keep on my desk. Do you remember? If you guys have been following me for a while now, you know that I had a little plate as my container. I still have it, except it's basically overflowing with things and ephemera. Gosh, that's embarrassing. So that's what I started with on my desk, and now I have upgraded. First thing is I did print out some pictures. Okay, so I did print out some pictures. One, a picture of myself with my traveler's notebook, with my very first notebook that introduced me to this amazing community. This picture is a picture of some animals that I take care of. I volunteer to take care of them, so that's that. A picture of where I live. I live in Georgia, and this is a picture of when we went camping of the northern Georgian mountains. So that's that. And then a picture of when I was little. This is little Nazi. When Amity Bloom was just blooming. I was a little tubby, as you can tell, but that's me when I was little. I think that picture is hilarious. It's not the greatest quality because it is old and it is scanned. It's not the original. Nonetheless, I think it's really cute. Now, let's start to decorating. I know I want to sew. So if you do want to sew, I recommend taking your pieces of paper, sewing them beforehand, and then just adhering them with glue, with staples, with washi onto the page. Let's see. I wanted to take a piece of paper. Oh, I'll use some cardstock. Probably like this. I'll use some cardstock and choose, I have some fabric in here, like some little bits of fabric that I cut from the fabric in my stash, which I told you guys, I have a lot of fabric. So I'm going to cut out some pieces of paper so that I can make a collaged card of fabric as my tip-in. Alright, so I just cut the paper that I wanted, and this is just a piece of the new Tim Holtz paper, and I cut it to fit about the size of the standard size, and all I will do is I will tip this in with washi, and that way I have another page to add my pictures in. So you don't just have to work with these 2 pages. Obviously, you can just write and include pictures. I love adding a bunch of extra things and embellishments and things, so this is a great way to add more room. So that will go there, and then this is a piece of paper that I will adhere right there. The back, I don't really like this gingham, so that is where I will do my fabric collage. Kind of like a quilt pattern, a fabric collage of all of my little scraps of fabric. I will collage it, I will sew it, and that will be a cute little tip-in just of some textiles. So when working with fabric, you can just add an assortment of fabric, and I want the fabric to be different sizes, and because I want it to be kind of like a quilt. I mean, it's a bunch of different size fabrics pieces, and I keep all of this. I keep it all. And all I'm gonna do is take my tacky glue just on my little piece of paper and just add a very thin, super thin amount. Alright, so I'm just going to pause the camera and I'm going to continue just collaging different bits of fabric, and I will be back. So I just finished collaging them with scraps of fabric. I still have a lot left. It already looks super, super cute. So when you, so this is on the front, and then when you go on the back, it's just a beautiful collage. So what I'm going to do is I want to turn it into a tuck spot. So I'm going to grab some lace. Have this one. Ooh, I think this is the winner. So I'm going to use that. There we go. And so all I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch it. I'm going to stitch this onto the front. Then on the front, I'm going to go ahead and just decorate it. What should I do on the front? On the front, since I have fabric on the back, I don't want to add any fabric on here. I might do a little collage of some sort. Let's see. Oh, I have an idea. Wait, hold on. I have an idea. Do you see all these scraps of papers? Like these thin scraps of papers that I have? I am going to sew them together. Okay, so I just got an idea. Right here I could put lots of curiosities. Ooh, I kind of like that. And then when you open it up, ooh, I like that. Okay, so we'll put lots of curiosities. I'll like leave it like that, like a little tab. And then on the front, I will kind of sew. See what I'm doing right there? Of course, I'm going to cut these up. But I'm going to just create some cool little patterns with like an embellishment cluster with it. That's what I'm going to do. Yes, yes, that looks so cute. That looks lovely. And so I'm just going to tear these up and then I'm going to stitch them individually. I might place them there. That looks adorable. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, stitch this up, stitch that to the top, and then stitch the little tuck spot to the back of the fabric, and I will be right back. So I just finished stitching it. I don't know if I've showed you, probably not, but I have my little trash bucket that I got from Hobby Lobby. It's just perfect for little tiny scraps. So that's where I'm putting all my scraps in so that my desk is not an atrocious mess. So all you're gonna have to do is tip it in, and then when you lift it up, you have a little tuck spot right there. So let me tip that in with some washi. There we go. And so all we're gonna do is just adhere it right onto the side of the page, and then you have a little tip in. Isn't that cute? So that's that. So I have a little tuck spot in there, and you have a tuck spot on the back. So with this, it's basically just making the most of the limited amount of room that you have. Now with this one over here, exciting, so many possibilities. On the back of here is where I will have my picture. So I will journal everything here. So for this, I kind of want to use some of this paper. Ooh, I should use some wallpaper. Or just use some, that would be cool, right? We can make one of that and one of those. You guys, what should I do? I don't know. Oh, I'll just make a separate tip-in. Nazi. Gotta think, girl. Alright, so I will make a pocket here, like a tuck spot right there. I'll just go ahead and cut that. So that'll be the pocket there. I will sew it or glue it and then cut a little thing so that I can include like 2 pictures in there. And then I know this, I want to do something cool with this, so I will leave that there. Alright, you guys, ideas are coming. Let me cut my wallpaper. We're going to do this. Now, we're going to flip this open. So we need a piece of paper. We need a piece of paper. I might want to put this in here too. Alright, you guys, so I found the piece of paper that I want to use. It's this like vintage receipt. And then this piece of paper, but then on the back it's white. And I don't like to leave anything white. You guys know that. I like to leave things always covered with something. We're just going to take this really vintage music sheet. And because, remember I told you that it's really thin? Well, we're gonna glue it. Pretty simple. Alright, so I just now realized that the camera stopped filming. Which is just great, but I was explaining how I glued on the music sheet to the back of the receipt paper. And all I'm going to do is go to my sewing machine, sew a pocket so I can include pictures and things in there. That's what I'm going to do with that. This one, I also hole punched this little floral punch, and I am going to sew that in there to also have a little pocket where I can include pictures and things, just to make it look a little bit cuter. Before I sew the pocket, I want to make sure I sew everything that I want on the front, because if I sew the pocket first and then you go and decorate the front and you sew other things, you can sew the pocket closed, which we don't want that. So I'm going to start decorating the cover. And I have this little bit of fabric that I love. You know, I love my fabric flip outs. And so I think that's what I'm going to do here. What I mean by a fabric tip out, or a fabric tip in, is you just sew the top and it just flips out. It's really cute. So I'm going to do that there. So because I want it to look rustic, sew this little piece of, it's kind of like thread, so I might sew that to the top just to give it a little bit more dimension. I love doing that, adding little threads and sewing them. And then I think I want to sew something to the cloth. Let's look into our little bin of stuff. I know I want to use that journaling card. Let me pull that out. I want to use some phrases. Ooh, this is cool. So this right here is from, these cutouts are from Daphne's Diary. If you've been watching me for a while, you know what Daphne's Diary is. Favorite magazine of all time. Okay, so that's that. I mentioned in a couple previous videos that I wanted to find cheesecloth, and I did. I found cheesecloth, but I actually did not like it that much. I came across this scarf at my antique store. I'm not really into designer items, but I ended up picking up the most expensive scarves. They weren't extremely pricey, but then I googled it because I wanted to find more of them, and the scarf is like $200 in real life. It's by Fendi, like the company. So yeah, once I use up that scarf, I will not be buying more. I didn't pay, of course, $200, but that's the actual price of the scarf if you buy it online. And so this is also one of those expensive scarves, and I just use it for the cloth. I love it. So that's another tip. If you don't want to spend a lot of money on fabric, or you know, if you don't have any fabric stores near you, or you don't like the choices, go to thrift stores, go to antique stores, and look at the clothes, look at the scarves, and you will be surprised to find fabric that works for you. I like cutting things up. That's me. I know my mom was like, "Oh, Nazi, that's like a Fendi scarf." I'm like, "Oh, really? That's cool." That came true. I love that font. Sorry. Probably makes no sense, but who cares? No one's going to judge you by the fonts that you choose. So let's do that. Let's cut some of this cloth, kind of pull it apart so that the fibers just become really just like a spider's web, fabric spider web. So we're just going to, let me just kind of cut it very rustically. Like I said, I love rustic, but I like it to still look a little bit structured. So that's that. This is a tea bag. You know what? I might take it off. Oh, I might add it to the top, like my paper clipboards, because it looks like a piece of washi tape. Ding, 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 ding. Looks like a little piece of washi. Oh, the sun's coming out. That's lovely. Do you hear that? Can you hear the birds? That is so lovely. Thank you, little birdies, for contributing to this lovely video. Soundtrack brought to you by Mother Nature. Alright, so I finally decided on this. So I will stitch this on, and then I will go and stitch the pocket on, and then I will stitch this. So I just got done sewing. I loved how this came out. I stitched this on here, and then I stitched the little thread and the tea bag so it looks like washi. So all we're gonna have to do is washi tape it on there. That'll come out. We will washi tape this, so this will come out. And then I sew just the edge, and then I will just stick it with some double-sided tape. Let me go ahead and attach it. This one, let's choose this washi. I like this one, this thin one. It looks pretty sturdy to me. Yep, that works out. I'll add some on the back as well, just to reinforce it. If you are thinking of tipping in something and it's kind of thick, make sure you also add the washi on the back. I actually learned this from Miss Allie Brown. So that's that. And then we will add the pocket. So that's the little pocket. Let's just make this like that. Let's hope it cooperates. And I will just glue that. Oh wait, I didn't even glue the, oh my goodness. Ah, it's really stuck on there. Okay. Oh gosh. Naz, you're a goofball. I didn't even add it on here. Okay, there we go. Oof, that was close. Isn't that pretty? What I'm gonna do now, I don't really like the stark white. So I am just going to come around here on the edges and add some color. And then simple, all you do, oh man, now my picture won't fit. I'll have to trim my picture. That's fine. What about this? This is a neat idea. And then with the little clip. Isn't that cool? You know what? I think I might do something with this. Maybe I could glue it to the page and add. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Ooh, I just thought of a great idea. Just thought of a marvelous, fantastic idea. Like the Grinch. So you see this. Very simple. Glue this to some book paper like that, because I want a journal on the back of it. So this is from a cutout from a Daphne's Diary magazine. It's on this side because we want the blank for journaling. Alright, so I've cut that out. So on the back I have some journaling space. So it's not, you know. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to sew this piece of fabric. See, this is how I rip my fabric so that it looks really rugged. I just trim a little bit of it. I'll show you right here. I'll trim and then I just rip. And it rips quite easily. There you go, see? Who would have guessed that that actually has a kind of creepy bird image on the back? So all I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, I'll add a little bit of like some glue. Just, I'm lazy, so I don't know where my tacky glue is. I lost it in the process of sewing. But just take some glue and then we're going to sew around the edges. We're going to sew the edges and I will, see, this is how I rip my fabric so that it looks really rugged. I just trim a little bit of it. I'll show you right here. I'll trim and then I just rip. And it rips quite easily. There you go, see? Who would have guessed that that actually has a kind of creepy bird image on the back. It's probably the most darling and cutest thing I've ever made. So that is that. See how cute? So it's a little fabric I sewed on there. Kind of messy. I wanted it to look messy. And then on the back. And you can just journal on the back. And this goes in this little pocket. Just have to tuck in the little fibers. Beautiful. Ah, this is so adorable. This might be like the most darling journal page I've ever created, like ever, which is great because this is what I will be, you know, what will be traveling around the world. So I'm just going to now washi tape this onto the page. There we go. So I decided to put this little clipboard in here as well as some other things. I want to decorate this little pocket right there. Now I have this cute little image of a bunny that I will add right there. I'll probably cut it down a little bit. Just press it down. I decided to make this, and I didn't finish it. So this is a piece of, I bought some atlas paper from the thrift store, and I wanted to use my typewriter on it because I just think it looks so cool, and I will make this into a tag. And then you just take some thread and you make a tag. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this has given you some ideas and some inspiration to try some of these things in your own journal. Alright you guys, so it's a couple hours later, as you can obviously tell by the light. It's getting a little bit darker, but I almost forgot to show you guys the finished pages, but I'm so happy that I decided to wait because I just got the loveliest Happy Mail ever in the mail. I've talked about her before on my YouTube channel, and her name is Katie. She is such a darling sweetheart. She has a business called When Katie Met Soda. She makes jewelry, and she is such an inspiration. She is so talented in making jewelry and rings and necklaces, and she, being the sweetheart that she is, wrote me the most just beautiful and lovely letter, which just touched my heart. Katie, thank you so much. She gifted me one of her beautiful creations, and I can't hide my excitement. Like, she wrote my name on a tag, and you guys are seriously the sweetest. It touches my heart so much. Like, I do this stuff to make you guys happy. I make videos, and I do all of this to make you guys happy. And when you guys send me things, when you guys send me little gifts, it really touches my heart so much. And so it came in this little box. Oh my gosh, it's like Christmas. This is the ring, you guys. Oh my goodness. The amount, it's so delicate. Let me put it on. It fits perfectly. Oh my goodness, it is absolutely amazing. Please, 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 if you are wanting jewelry, if you are wanting to gift something really beautiful to someone, definitely check out her shop. I will link her Instagram and her Etsy shop below. Thank you so much, Katie. I absolutely love it. Okay, so now back to what I was saying. So yeah, I showed you guys all of this. I basically just went in, I included the pictures, and I journaled on the back. Here I just journaled on the front and on the back. And I won't read it all to you guys because I am going to be filming a get to know me video next week. I will be filming a get to know me video, and so I will be basically everything that I wrote here I will say in that video. It's just a beautiful piece of fabric that I had of a little cottage and a little floral meadow. And I talked about me just wanting to live, you know, in a simple little meadow. You guys saw that, my favorite quote. So that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Seriously, check Katie's business out. I will link her website and everything below. Definitely support her. Definitely go and show her some love. She deserves it. Thank you so much, Katie. And as always, I hope that your day is filled with peace and love. Bye-bye.